Warning. This video may contain graphic language, graphic violence, gross cartoon penises, and a whole lot of Pimpy the pimp-ass pimp showing motherfuckers what's up. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, so a lot of you are asking me a question about this Mel guy, Mel Carmine. I did videos about him before. He's a fraud, man. All it takes is just a little research. That's all it takes to seriously debunk this guy left and right. He throws information out there like he's very confident that his information is accurate when it's not. You know, he's a slick speaker. Hey, to each his own. If he's out there conning people and he's getting away with it, well, more power to him. But you guys make sure you don't get caught up in it. I've warned you several times about this guy. Recently, he did an interview with April and AJ. April and AJ are hella cool people. They're neutral. They just like bringing information out to individuals. So a lot of you guys have sent me this video of this recent interview and asked me what I thought about it. And I said, it's the same thing I thought about it before. Why don't we just take a few seconds to kind of just review what he's saying and see how accurate it is, okay? Let's get into this. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube. And the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. Okay, before we get into this, you guys heard me complain several times. I don't understand how anybody could buy XRP, XLM, or any of those other cryptos that are part of the ISO 222. You are literally supporting this new wave order movement. And I know a lot of you go, oh, that's just a conspiracy. That's tinfoil hat wearing stuff. Well, no, I'm going to prove it to you. Even Brad Garlinghouse, who's the CEO of Ripple, said they're looking forward to helping the new world order. Let's start from the get-go and take it from there.
Mel Carmine, he literally has the ultimate library of content to navigate the QFS, Nasara Jasara, XRP, XLM. He really knows. I mean, he's so well, so much knowledge with all the cryptos and everything that's going on with the QFS. And we're really excited to talk to him about that. And if you go to his website, we'll post it shortly, www.qfs1776.com. He has all of the videos in chronological order, so it's very systematic. If you're new and you're thinking to yourself, you know, I don't even know what the QFS is, or why should I be an XRP? Go to his library. He covers it all.
Yeah, I will cover that website here in just a moment.
And we're super excited to have you today to give us an update and also learn more about your health and wellness journey. And Nasara and Jasara, obviously, we want to talk to you about that. And also XRP.
Right. He hits all the buttons. Like he hits.
It's interesting because of April and AJ that I even started talking about Nasara Jasara. I remember way back when Nasara Jasara first started taking off, they were telling me a story about how there were people posting that their credit cards were being paid for, their mortgages were being paid for. And people were making these comments on another YouTuber that goes by the name of Santa Surfing. And I thought to myself, that's kind of weird, because I had a huge student loan, and for some reason, they stopped taking money out of my account because I had them take it out automatically. And so when I went to my credit report, I found out that sure enough, my student loan was paid off. Not just mine, but my wife's too at the time. So both of our student loans were paid off 100%. Now, just because our credit report said that doesn't mean we can sit comfortably yet. The following day, I called up the creditor and asked them about the account, and they told me no, it was zeroed out. There was no money owed. It was taken care of. It says paid in full. And I said, how is this possible? I mean, I literally had like $157,000 in student loans. I have 5 degrees, including a master's. I was really shocked. And like I told people, look, whether it's Nicera Jacera or whatever, there's no proof that it's a Nicera Jacera thing. I was just telling people this is what has happened to my student loan. And then so the more people spoke about Nicera Jacera, the more research I did on Nicera Jacera. And to the point where you started realizing there's a group of people that's full of crap out there and they push all kinds of BS. And then there's people out there that talk about it legitimately. You know, I only spoke about the things that I could prove. I did the research. I did all the inquiring. I did everything necessary to prove the things that I could prove. And I have videos on that. But a lot of these other stories about Bill Clinton had a gun put to his head by the military and they made him sign some stuff. And these things come from the galactic heavens and all this. It's all bullshit, all right? All that crap is just bullshit. But let's get into this.
Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it, and I'm honored. And yeah, you know, listen, it's been a crazy journey. We knew that something was shifting about 8 years ago or so. We got involved with something called OneCoin, which turned out to be a scam. It was a multi-level marketing scam that, it was a life lesson. 1,700 euros later, you learn another lesson and say, okay, yeah, but this is really the way it's going. And then we got into some mining of Bitcoins. We were with a company called Omnia. We were able to mine a few Bitcoins. And I was really on board with that story of, get down with the man, down with the institutions.
I think it's very interesting that he said I was down with the institutions, down with the man, but yet he wants people to invest in the very cryptocurrencies that empower those people.
I thought Bitcoin was the one, but then when you realize that it has no utility, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Perfectly.
You're good, brother.
So, when you realize it has no utility, it's still stuck at 3 transactions per minute. The amount of money that they charge you to move a couple of Bitcoin.
So here we go. Bitcoin has utility. So I don't know what he's talking about. It tells you right here, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, a virtual currency designed to act as money and a form of payment outside the control of any one person, group, or entity, thus removing the need for third-party involvement in financial transactions. It is rewarded to blockchain miners for verifying transactions and can be purchased on several exchanges. So you can use it to purchase things. That's its utility as a digital currency. That's what it does. Also, there are tons of people out there like Michael Saylor who spent hundreds of millions of dollars in Bitcoin as an investment. So to say that it doesn't have any utilities is actually wrong. As far as transaction fees are concerned, Bitcoin doesn't charge you fees. The exchanges and the brokerages charge you fees for selling Bitcoin. So it's not up to Bitcoin, it's up to the exchanges.
Bitcoins, people don't want to wait. People don't want to wait and spend all that money to move a few Bitcoins, etc. And the only guy that could really go back and fix all of this is Satoshi Nakamoto, aka I believe, David Schwartz. I could be wrong, but I don't believe I am, because he's the one that was working at DARPA, and that's where that project came out of. So
yeah, but that's the whole point. I've been making about cryptocurrencies now for a long time. The whole purpose is to get as many people adapted to using cryptocurrency so they can push you into the central bank digital currency.
The fact that he actually patented blockchain technology back in 1988. 1988, you have dial-up internet, which doesn't really work too well with the system blockchain. So we had to wait until the internet would sort of catch up. Now we're about to go leaps and bounds above that with Starlink, where people are going to have like literally 10,000 megabits downloads per second, which is going to be unbelievable. It's going to be like, 20 times faster, 30 times faster than what we have right now.
So when it comes to internet speed, this particular computer transfers terabytes. In case you're not sure what that means, this is most domestic connections are measured in megabytes per second. There are 1,000 megabytes in 1 gigabyte and 1,000 gigabytes in 1 terabyte. And this thing has a download speed of 178 terabytes per second. So way faster than what he's talking about. Now, for us peons, the fastest internet widely available domestically in the world has a download speed of 2,000 megabytes per second. So he's talking about 10, that'd be 5 times, not 30 times, 5 times faster than where we are today. That is until the quantum system comes out. Now, when I speak about the quantum financial system, I'm talking about the real one, not the fake fantasy one that he's talking about. I'm talking about the actual quantum financial system. I went out, I did all the research, I found it, it's there, it's legitimate. So we're going to be using quantum computers. That's not that far away. As a matter of fact, they're already being used today. And you can see right here when it comes to speed, nothing's even measurable. For the moment, quantum computers, which exploits the spooky physics in subatomic particles, remain too unstable to perform sophisticated operations for long. IBM's version, thought to be the most powerful quantum computer yet developed, only has 433 qubits. You know how fast that is? How much information that is? That's too much. When most computer scientists consider it would take 1 MN to realize the technology potential. So they're talking about decades away, but they're actually already using it now. So they are preparing for what they call Q Day. It's like the day where maybe mainstream people start having access to these computers, because once these computers come out, all of your encryptions, including crypto encryptions, will easily be hacked. So even if you have a code, it won't matter. The quantum computer moves so damn quick that it's going to be able to easily bypass all encryptions out there. That's one of the biggest fears that they have. So you can see right here, it said in 2015, Google and NASA reported that their new 1097 qubit D-Wave quantum computer had solved an optimization problem in a few seconds. That's 100 million times faster than a regular computer chip. Forget about the 10,000 megabytes. You have a computer that's going to move 100 million times faster. They claim that a problem, their D-Wave 2-time machine process inside 1 second, would take a classic computer 10,000 years to solve. So much for your encryption and your protection. When the quantum computer comes out, you can hack into anything super quick. Now, see this? The D-Wave. That is the quantum computer. They're explaining how fast it moves. So remember I told you the quantum financial system is real and there is a quantum financial computer? Calexa Bank Group, D-Wave collaborate on initiative new quantum application for finance industry. It's already out there. The D-Wave quantum computer is being used by Calexa Bank over in Spain. You could read right here. It says over in Valencia, Spain, and in DC, Canada. Calexa Bank, the leading financial group in Spain, and D-Wave System Inc., a global leader in quantum computing system software and services, and the only provider building both annealing and gate model quantum computers today, announced the business results for 2 significant financial quantum hybrid computing applications for investment portfolio optimization and investment hedging calculations. The quantum hybrid application have significantly decreased computer time to solve complex financial problems, improving investment portfolio optimization, increasing the bond portfolio internal rate of return, and minimizing the capital needed for hedging operations as a result of the collaboration. The computers are already there. D-Wave is a quantum computer and it is part of the quantum financial system. So it's nothing like you hear them say it didn't come from the heavens or nothing like that. It came from a group of people called D-Wave System Inc. They created the computer. It is being used in a bank. They're like the guinea pig so far. People are monitoring how it works within the financial system.
Mel, let me ask you this real quick. Tell us the importance of this, because I want to wrap my head around, and I think it's important because you've been a digital warrior. You're out there. You're yes. Really getting the cause out here for people to really get there. There's a shit ton of people that are like, yeah, well, I don't want to get involved in that. I want to stay away from that. Can you share with us from your insight, your knowledge, why it's pretty imperative that we at least explore the options of digital currency. You know what I mean? And really
even
take a
if
look
you've
at it
gotten
seriously.
burnt in the past, why now? Why with XRP? Why is it so important, Mel?
Well, it's important because it's the one that was fixed, which is going to be the Bitcoin 5.0. When they turn on the quantum financial system for the last time, and it's no longer a dress rehearsal, XRP is going to be the one that takes over the world, simply because it's scalable to 3.5 trillion transactions per second.
Okay, 3.5 trillion transactions per second. The quantum computer, and it's the fastest computer out there, only does in the billions, and this guy's talking about trillions. So no, he's full of crap.
When we realized this, and we realized how difficult it was to understand it all, we went and scoured the internet. And we tried to find the most simplistic videos, and we sort of it was like a jigsaw puzzle, if you will, on the table with thousands of pieces, and then we had to sort of try to make sense of it all and put it in an order where the picture sort of comes together. And that's exactly what we did. That's why QFS1776.com has become the Holy Grail, the Holy Bible of what's to come.
Oh my gosh, if that's the Holy Grail and the Holy Bible, please let me steer you in another direction. Don't go that way. It is not the Holy Grail. It is not the Holy Bible. It's the holy bullshit is what it is. When you go on there, all they did was gather links to videos and articles that support what they're saying. So they took other like-minded people and they're trying to pass this off as official information. Okay, it's not legit. All they did is grab information that's being shared by other YouTubers and they're trying to pass it off as legitimate things. That's not the case. So it's not a holy Bible of anything.
It's not like you could say, you know what, you guys go ahead without me. I'm going to opt out of this. You can't stop what's coming. It's coming. And so it's important for the newest person who thinks that they won't understand it. I guarantee you
can opt out. That's why it's important to buy gold and silver. You physically own it. You physically have it. You have something outside of the system. Cryptocurrencies are not outside of the system.
We have 75, 85-year-old grandmothers that go to our website and watch the videos in the chronological order, in the order that we put them top to bottom. And they understand what XRP is. They understand what's coming. They understand it's needed. We can't continue to stay on the SWIFT system, which is antiquated. It takes, 3, 4, 5 days. There's 5 or 6 people or 5 or 6 entities that literally take a little piece of a transaction. And sometimes your money never even lands. They send it back, and then they have to start over again, and they don't give you those fees back. So
what the hell is he talking about? Okay, first of all, his information is antiquated. Their big thing about the quantum financial system is the ISO 222 compliance. Their cryptos are compliant to the ISO 222. The quantum financial system is going to have the ISO 222. So what? Who cares? All the ISO 222 is the software for messaging. That's all it is. And for the record, the SWIFT system, ISO 222 for payments now live. Uh-oh. Look what happened. They're not antiquated no more. Is that right? The data-rich ISO 222 messaging standard for cross-border payments and reporting successfully went live March 20th of this year, marking a significant milestone for the global payment industry. The go live also kicked off the start of the coexistence, a period when both MT and ISO 222 messaging are supported through November 2025, so they will be running parallel. The digital transformation of cross-border payments. So here they're talking about the new SWIFT 2.0. He was talking about taking days. That's a lie. SWIFT GPI lets you make high-speed cross-border payments in minutes or seconds. Nearly 50% of the GPI payments are credited to end beneficiaries within 30 minutes, 40% under 5 minutes, and almost 100% of the GPI payments are credited within 24 hours. So it doesn't take days. That's not true. Sending international payment presents various challenges, including variations on national banking rules and systems, imports and export restrictions, foreign exchange controls, and regulatory compliance. SWIFT compliance and security controls means your payments business can stand up to the rapidly evolving nature of the digital threats and regulatory reforms, whilst maintaining a high level of speed that customers have come to expect. So he's pushing bogus information. This is why it's important for people to stay up on this information. If you're going to run around and talk about it as much as he is, then you better stay up on the information so that you're not misleading your listeners.
It doesn't work. It's an antiquated system that was created back in 1972. You can't graduate into a world that we're getting ready to move conservatively 50 to 100 quadrillion dollars per year in movement of money, right? And do it with a SWIFT system. You're not going to do that. You need something new, something that is robust, that can handle the test of time. And this is, from what I understand, this is galactic technology that was given to us from the heavens, from the people.
Oh my gosh, there we go. He's another one of those people. This comes from heaven. God himself made this system. God made the QFS system. Well, technically, I mean, if you want to put it that way, yeah, maybe he put the idea in the heads of those people over there that made the D-Wave quantum computer. That's another way to look at it, I guess.
People upstairs have been battle tested for millions of years. So because we're still in...
If this thing's been battle tested for millions of years, then why do we have such a crappy system now?
In an immature state of mind, the monetary system, like it or not, I hate to tell you, but it is immature. Eventually, within 30, 40, 50 years, I can assure you, we're going to graduate out of this immaturity, and you're not going to get it anymore because technology is going to move so fast that you can have anything you want. Why in the world do you need the money, right? So, yeah.
You know, you actually made a couple points there, and you know, yes, the world is certainly progressing, and you know, ascension and consciousness is expanding. So, why on earth would anyone possibly think that we're going to be raising our consciousness, but maintain this old paradigm of the, you know, the old banking system? There's a major disconnect there. Something has to happen in the financial industry.
Mel,
in the financial world.
Is XRP like our opportunity to hit the reset button for those who kind of missed out on that Bitcoin
No question about
it? Is it that again?
Yeah, no question about it. I believe, you know, it's 48 cents, I think, this morning. I believe wholeheartedly that, and I could be dead wrong, this is just speculation on my part. I'm not offering financial advice, and you should never follow a pizza guy or ex-pizza guy giving you financial advice, you know? So the bottom line becomes, you know, when you look at it logically, it's already been scaled to, we already know that in the labs, it was proven that they could be scalable to 3.5 trillion transactions per second.
What labs are you talking about?
It's never made a mistake. Michael Arrington from Arrington Capital moves $50 million in 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds. That's exactly how long. I got the tape to prove that. He says where it takes 2 seconds exactly, and that $50 million lands from point A to point B, and it cost them a whopping 30 cents. You understand? So that's extremely valuable in this new era of Nasara and Jasara that we're moving in, because you have all of these regions that are unbanked, which really constitute about 3.2 billion people that are unbanked, that are about to be banked.
Yeah, of course there's a push by the New World Order to make sure everybody's banked. How can they keep track of everything you do? How can they keep all data on every movement that you make, where you go, what you do, if they can't track you? Keeping track of your money means you have to have it in the system. That's why they want the unbanked there. But you have to ask yourself, are these people unbanked for a reason? Well, yes, the very system that you're trying to protect made sure that they were unbanked. So for whatever reason, if you lost your job and you had a bounced check and you have to cover it, yeah, if you didn't cover it, then you end up in the check system. And they won't allow you to open up a bank account until you can pay the check off. But it's a catch-22. How are you supposed to pay a check off or pay your bills if you don't even have a bank account? So it's a screwy system. Plus, there's people out there that have financial issues. They're struggling financially, and you have other entities out there that are garnishing their money out of their accounts, and therefore they won't keep it inside the bank. So there's many reasons why people are unbanked, but it usually targets the poor and impoverished people. That's the whole purpose of the system. It's a vicious cycle to keep you down with ridiculous fees and ridiculous ways to penalize you. Now, the only reason why they want the unbanked to be banked is not because they care about you or because you're out in the jungle somewhere. They want to be able to monitor every single thing you do.
So when you start to calculate 3.2 billion people, even if they're moving $100 or $200 a month each, the numbers are staggering. So obviously, you're not going to be able to move that kind of money with a 48-cent token. We know it's valuable.
What's he talking about? XRP right now has made billions of dollars of transactions with the 48-cent token. Jeez.
We know, and they're pissed off. and they're trying to manipulate it because it's the cabal that's still in charge, because we were able to pay them quadrillions of dollars collectively over the years, giving them their power. And they're going to probably have to exhaust a lot of that money until they literally run out of bullets. When they run out of bullets, you'll know, because XRP is literally going to take over the world.
What is it? This guy is ridiculous. First of all, they don't use their own money. They use your money. They use taxpayer dollars to fund all their crap. And the very people that he's claimed to be fighting against is the very people that he's in bed with. If you buy XRP, you are now bed buddies with the deep state. You're bed buddies with these bankers. You're bed buddies with the New World Order. So instead of it just being me talking, let me prove it to you again. So the whole goal is to keep us out of the central bank digital currency. All those ISO 222 cryptos, they are contributing to the building of the central bank digital currency. As a matter of fact, Ripple has their own central bank digital currency. You can see right here on this platform, the Ripple Central Bank Digital Currency Platform offers a comprehensive platform for minting, managing, transacting, and destroying CBDCs and stablecoins. So what the hell is this guy talking about? The very people that he's claiming to be standing up against is the very people that he works for. When you invest in their cryptocurrency, you're helping the enemy. Look at Stellar has their own CBDC. So all those cryptos that you see on the ISO 222 that everybody's talking about, these cryptos right here, they are all contributing one way or another to the whole and foundation of the central bank digital currency. The very people that are evil that you're supposed to be trying to get away from. So does that make sense? You would invest in their crypto, giving them the money they need to build the weapons they're going to use against you. Does that make sense at all? So keep in mind, it's the central bank digital currency that they want to move us into. And Ripple and XLM are all contributing to this. China's FX regulator says central bank digital currency features could improve monetary policy. Let's just get to the nitty gritty, shall we? So this person, his name is Lee, Deputy Administrator of the State Administration of Foreign Exchange, told a forum on Thursday that central banks could make CBDCs M2 currency, which includes some deposits and savings based on its programmable features. Programmable features in the central bank digital currency are settings that can be changed. For example, money can be programmed to have an expiration date on it, or can restrict you from certain uses. So we know over here in the United States, they keep trying to violate our Second Amendment rights. Well, if we go to a central bank digital currency, they can program it to where we can't use our own currency to purchase what we want. So if we want to have a firearm, you can't buy one. If you want to buy ammunition, you can't buy it. The government literally can control what you can and cannot buy. And it has an expiration date. And what's the big deal about that? Well, that means if you don't spend it, your money expires. Yeah, it keeps you in perpetual debt and also keeps you in a perpetual state of enslavement. How can you ever save to retire? How can you save to own a home? How can you save to own a business? That's why the World Economic Forum's slogan was, in the future, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. That's because they'll own it all. This is Christina Ligara, man. She is one of the big New World Order soldiers. I'm going to give you a small example of the kind of attitude these people have. Listen to what she said just recently.
But I think other players must also do the same thing. And they must do it in probably a more subtle way than they had in 22. The fiscal support that was expanded in 22, for instance, must be better directed, better targeted, must be made such that it is not going to push the monetary policy actors to having to do a bit more, as Kristalina earlier on alluded to. So, in all that, China is waking up again. After, assessed to be 3.3% growth, it is now forecasting 5.5% growth, and we should welcome the auspices of those commitments. And it is a case that the COVID policy or the change of this COVID policy will kill a lot of people, but will also revive the economy, and that's clearly a determined choice.
Did you hear what she said? The policy changes that they want implemented around the world is going to kill people, and she's okay with that. Did you hear what she said? Listen once again.
So, in all that, China is waking up again. After, assessed to be 3.3% growth, it is now forecasting 5.5% growth, and we should welcome the auspices of those commitments. And it is a case that the COVID policy or the change of this COVID policy will kill a lot of people, but will also revive the economy, and that's clearly a determined choice.
So their change into the Green New Deal, their carbon movement, they've already accepted the fact that it's going to kill millions of people. Ripple is part of the New World Order. Its tech boosted a company's rise in usage by 800%. Ripple is part of the New World Order. Christina Lagarde, who has no problems with people dying, is one of the soldiers for the New World Order. Ripple is helping the World Economic Forum, the New World Order, create a central bank digital currency that's programmable, and they could put an expiration date on there and tell you what you can and can't buy. That's all part of the New World Order.
Brad, what do you have to say to that?
Well, I think we are moving into a new world order. I think the Internet of Value, Ripple talks a lot about what payments look like, not just today, but in 10, 20 years. And when we think about that, we talk about this Internet of Value.
What is the Internet of Value? That's their version of the new Internet. One they can literally control. So if they are pissed at you, they can totally erase your entire existence off of the Internet. You won't be able to use a cell phone. You won't be able to do any texting. You can't have a social media platform. They can control what you can and can't put on there. They can control what companies go on and advertise. And he's proud of this. We're moving into a new world order. I had another video clip, I accidentally deleted it, that said that he is looking forward to contributing to the New World Order movement. And he's happy to be a team member. Well, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse was speaking to Bloomberg in Singapore just recently. He stated that Ripple has already managed to outperform the traditional payment system SWIFT. But that's before they launched the new version in March of this year. On the other hand, he said that he would be happy if both companies could serve the very same goal and be part of the New World Order. Those are the evil people. When I tell you New World Order, it's not a conspiracy. Everybody is saying this now. The World Economic Forum is the New World Order. Ripple is going to be one of the blockchains that they use. You already seen that Ripple has their own central bank digital currency. You know, the one that's programmable. And this guy is pushing you guys into this.
Not maybe. XLM definitely is another token that is, scalable, obviously to a high number of transactions. So is XDC.
This is the cover of The Economist. In January of 1988, get ready for a world currency, a one world currency. See them burning up our dollars? This is a phoenix, by the way. And what is around the phoenix neck? This is a cryptocurrency. See this right here? This is the Stellar logo, the XLM logo. So the one world government with their one world currency. So what I'm saying isn't conspiracy stuff. It's literally provable, and I just did that.
The ISO 20022 are the ones you need to pay attention to. Okay, if you don't know nothing about nothing, right? You say, I'm gonna trust the pizza guy, and you buy those three tokens: XRP, XLM, XDC, and just hold. Don't try and trade, because trading is a very tricky situation. You could lose your shirt if you don't know what the hell you're doing. Not to mention the fact that you can also get a heart attack, right? It's very stressful.
No doubt.
Exactly. So, so if you just buy it every month, you just do dollar cost averaging, you got an extra 500, you got an extra 1,000, you got an extra 200, you got an extra $25, whatever it is.
So let's talk about sleight of hand here a little bit, because there's people in the chat asking about this concept that we've heard that we've been hearing about, Mel, for a while, called the RV. So then you got the RV, then you have these digital currencies. Is the RV like kind of running in tandem with it, or is it a sleight of hand so we keep our eye off?
See, I think it's interesting. So before it was called a currency reset. Now they're calling it a RV. The RV is the revaluation of currencies, which is mostly associated with the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnam dong. So why they call it an RV? It's not an RV. It would be a currency reset. Now let me show you the other problem with cryptocurrencies. If the exchange where you keep your cryptocurrencies on goes bankruptcy, guess what? They get to confiscate your cryptocurrencies. Your crypto may not be protected against bankruptcy. Here are steps you can take to protect it. They want you to take it and put it in a wallet, take it offline, is another suggestion. Celsius clients are reportedly losing hope for their locked up crypto assets. So when Celsius went down and FTX screwed all kinds of different platforms over, their clients were locked out of their portfolios. They couldn't sell their cryptocurrencies. Just 3 weeks after the once leading cryptocurrency lender, Celsius, revealed that it was halting withdrawals, platform users are now demanding some answers, according to the Wall Street Journal. Looking to get your funds out of the collapsed crypto platform? Don't get your hopes up. So the other issue that people were having was this. Whenever the cryptocurrency started to crash, you couldn't even get on your crypto platform to take your currencies off because you were locked out. So in a situation where every second matters, the last thing you want is to be locked out of your platform. It wasn't just eToro, but even platforms like Robinhood. You couldn't get on and sell your cryptocurrencies. eToro customers locked out of their accounts after service goes down and crypto market crashes. Some people didn't get in for hours. Some of them couldn't get in for a day or two. And in that amount of time, you could lose anywhere between 20, 30, 40% of the value of your cryptocurrency. And oh well, too bad, so sad. By the time they get around to doing what they're doing, they always claim it's something wrong with the platform. No, they shut you down. They don't want you pulling the money out. Is what they do. They just make an excuse why you can't get into your crypto platform. But by then it's too late. You've already lost a huge chunk of your money. So that's the other dangers about cryptocurrencies. When it comes to a market crash, you can't get into your platform to sell your cryptocurrency to keep it from losing you money.
It's going to be run in tandem with it because all the currencies, whatever currencies survived this war that we're in, and we're in a war, there's no question about it. All of these currencies are going to get reevaluated. All of these currencies are going to be backed by digital, physical assets like gold and silver, potentially real estate, oil, etc. We've been printing money, and we have the videos on our website, QFS1776.com. There's another section of videos on another page, I forget exactly where it's a $250,000, $300,000 production where it shows you the fractional reserve system. What a scam it was. I mean, and if you watch that, again, this is an elementary level videos where when you watch that, you know that we've been scammed to levels that you can't even explain. And listen, I'm not a videographer, and I'm sure you guys are not either. No one can explain it better than the videos we have on a web. The reason why, so if you have to go look for this stuff, it's scattered all over the internet. Good luck with that. Okay. Well,
or you can just come to me and ask me, and I'll tell you.
What we did is we made it very, very convenient for you. We took it, we put a whole package together on one website called QFS 1776, and you can have a field day. You come out of you have a black belt on how you got scammed. You have a black belt on what's coming. You have a black belt. You know that you can't stop what this is. Okay. And you can't say, well, I'm going to just opt out of this. I'm going to stay with the old system. It ain't happening. The old system is going to be burnt down to the ground. Now, the cabal, what they want to do is they want to give you a social credit score where you walk down the street and you got a number. And if you're a good little slave, you could buy a loaf of bread today.
The cabal, the very people they're speaking out against, he's encouraging people to support by investing in the XRP, XLM, or any cryptocurrencies that support the ISO 20022.
I don't do too good in that system. So the reason why the central bank digital currency, in my opinion, in the opinion of a lot of people like Rob Cunningham, who agrees with me wholeheartedly, who's a lot more intelligent than the pizza guy, I can assure you. Okay. He said the reason why they're having a trouble and there's a Mexican standoff predominantly is because of the central bank digital currency. Why? Why do we need another central bank digital currency, another token on the blockchain when it doesn't call for it? I can pay you once, let's say, for example, XRP matures to its fullest potential.
The whole purpose is totally going over this guy's head. It's not a matter of putting another token on the blockchain. It's the matter that the government wants to put a token that they control 100%. That's what the difference is.
Or there's a buyout, and the financial institutions, the financial service centers that survived this war are left standing, for example, correct? They buy it out from us at $100,000 or $200,000 per token, and they're going to crank it up to $1 million $1.5 million because that's what they're going to need to do to move world commerce in this new world that's coming. Okay, when they own it, they're going to give us a little crumb. Say, here's 100,000, Mel, for every token, or 200,000, whatever that number is. I'm going to take it because they're going to probably have about 90 days, 180 days to hand it in, and be done with it. And you're going to probably get a currency that's going to be backed by gold, potentially some kind of a rainbow currency that everybody says it exists. I have no way of telling whether it does or whether it doesn't.
So if they're the evil cabal and they're going to crank a crypto up to $1 million, but they're willing to give you $100,000 for the crypto, does that make sense? Why would they do that when they could just say your crypto is now illegal? You got to cash it in. You got 30 days. And so you sell it at the current price of 50 cents. And then they're going to push out their central bank digital currency. They don't need your crypto. That's the whole purpose of a central bank digital currency. So they're not going to crank it up to $1 million, or they're not going to crank it up to 500,000. That doesn't make no sense. They don't have to. They can mint as many of their central bank digital currency unlimited, just like they do the fiat dollar.
Intuition tells me that yes, something that is going to have some value. You cannot, continue this crazy world, pulling digits and printing money out of thin air. Okay.
Right.
What is this guy talking about? That's how cryptocurrencies are. You're creating currency out of thin air. Unlike gold and silver, it's physical. You have it. You own it. It could be used for currency. It could be used for health reasons. It has industrial uses. Unlike a cryptocurrency, unlike a fiat dollar, you could trade with it. Anyways, I don't need to go on and on. So they're going through here and they take information. Now this is funny as hell. New World Order. This guy's talking about the cabal. What the hell does he think the cabal is? It's the New World Order. Here on his own platform. Look at this. New World Reserve cryptocurrency. They're even talking about the New World Order. I mean, come on, this guy's ridiculous. I don't have nothing more to say about him. This is why you got to do your own research. Nothing wrong with listening to people, but if you're putting all your eggs in one basket based on what somebody says, then you're only going to hurt yourself. Make sure the person comes out and gives you receipts. So here you go. Here's my challenge to Mel if he ever gets a chance to hear this video. There, I just debunked all your bullshit, by the way, and I have receipts. I showed you the information. My challenge to him is let him come through and debunk me. Let him bring out information that isn't some other bloggers or YouTubers. I use actual platforms from Ripple, Stellar. I showed you the words specifically from Brad Garlinghouse. I showed you the information from the SWIFT system. So let's see you do the same thing. Show me real evidence and debunk what I'm saying. Because I know you won't, because you can't. Anyways, that's it for now. You guys let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.